Hey, this is Lee from Clubs New Zealand, and today we're having a look at spam emails and what you can do to protect yourself of them. They're getting pretty sneaky these days, but the golden rule, if you don't know what the email is, don't click on anything in it. If you click on something in it, it could take you to another website. They could install something. You know how TeamViewer works? Imagine that, but you don't know what's going on. So they could just be after credit cards, could be after taking control of your machine to be able to use some of your CPU cycles, or maybe use your machine to send spam out. So golden rule, don't click on anything in the email. As I say, they're getting pretty good at them now, so let's take a look at some examples. Okay, let's take a look at some of these emails here. This one here is not a bad one. It's they're pretending to be New Zealand Post, basically, trying to get you to click on a link to provide an address or to rearrange the parcel delivery or whatever. Best way to check, have a look and see who the email is sent to. In this case, it's sent to an old email address I haven't used for a long time. But more importantly, it's being sent from New Zealand Post, but the New Zealand Post email is info@stasia.co.japan. Now, there's a good chance that New Zealand Post are not going to be sending you emails through a Japanese server, so that's an immediate red flag there. The rest of it's not bad. I mean, the English is pretty good. Usually they'll have sort of weird language there, not quite real English. The other thing you can do, just hover your mouse over the link. Don't click it, just hover it over and you'll see that it comes up with what the actual link is, and this one's going to somewhere called treadmill.pantip.review. So definitely not a New Zealand Post address, definitely not something that you want to be clicking on. Same with this link here, you'll see they're actually just going to the same place anyway. Another red flag, they should be going to different places if they're doing different things. And of course, don't click unsubscribe, because all you're doing is letting them know that yours is a valid email address, and you will get much more of this crap coming through. So that's your first thing. Hover over them, see if the links are real, check who the email came to and who it came from, and if you're in any doubt, contact the person direct, in this case New Zealand Post, not by clicking on anything in the email, but by finding out their phone number and giving them a ring or send them an email. Now I want to show you another one here, which is one I've seen come through quite a bit. Now this is where they're trying to say that your .co.nz name needs upgrading, or your web hosting, or something that you probably don't have too much idea of what goes on with it. You just pay it every year, so it's quite a sneaky way to do it. Obviously check this. Who's it from? Blue Access Host. Never heard of them, never had any accounts with them, just a completely made up thing. This looks legit though. You click on there, you put your credit card details in, you've now given them 69 American dollars, and worse is you've given them all your credit card details so they can either use that to buy stuff themselves, or quite often those credit card numbers just get sold on in bulk lots. So you like pay $100, you pay and get like 100 different credit card details, some of which will work and some of which won't, until you cancel the card. So yeah, don't click on anything in these. Make sure it's from a legitimate source. Make sure it is the place that you're actually hosting with. Otherwise you'll be getting yourself into a bit of trouble on this one. Okay, another one that I actually was quite impressed with are these ones here, which have been coming out a bit. It's time to renew your vehicle's license registration. Okay, this is a legit one. You'll see you've got the type of car it is, you've got your registration on here. This is what they should look like. This is a legitimate email. You can see it's from nzta.gov. It's to a correct email address. You know, everything here looks on point, and because it's given your vehicle details here, I would say this one's legit. Now let's have a look at the false one that's been coming out. Now you'll see it still looks legit. We've still got a nice NZTA logo here. The English is all good. It's given us a dollar amount, but there's no mention of what vehicle it's for. Also, if we have a look where it's coming from, it's from ayumakara.co.nz. co.japan again, Japanese email address again, not something that you want to be clicking on anything from. And if we run it over the renew here, you'll see it's going to the SudaneseAcademy.com. Again, good chance New Zealand Transport Agency is not going to be doing anything through the Sudanese Academy. So, I can't show you this because they've taken the site down, but the really clever thing about this one was when you clicked on this link, it took you to a website that looked just like the NZTA website. They duplicated the payment page, and if you put all your credit card details and stuff in there, thinking you're paying for your rego, then they've got all your details and you haven't paid anything except giving them your loot. So those are the things to check for. Obviously, email addresses it's coming to and from. Hover over these links and make sure it's actually from the NZTA. And if you're in any doubt, don't click on it. Give them a call or get in contact with them separately and make sure it's a legit email and a legit bill that you've got to pay. Cool, be careful out there, people. If you've got any questions, by all means get in touch.